Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an article titled, Woman Rejects $25,000 Engagement Ring for One Unlikely Reason. And a big shout out to Matt for sending me this article. And guys, what we have here is an article about a guy who basically, after many years of saving money, he proposes to his girlfriend, gives her this crazy expensive $25,000 engagement ring. One thing leads to another, and you're going to see ultimately she rejects it and throws a fit and wants him to replace it and get something better. No joke. $25,000, okay? I don't know any woman, I don't care how hot she is. I don't care how great her body is. Nobody's worth that, okay? I did an article back in November, I think, about a guy who got his girlfriend a $3,000 engagement ring, and she threw that back, basically. But $25,000, right? This is a level of entitlement in today's world, guys. But guys, the main reason I'm doing this is not just for a good laugh about these crazy gals and all that. I do these stories, guys, as a way to teach really good life lessons. That way, if you guys ever find yourself in a situation like this, you know what to do. Because I can go on all the time about saying work on your goals, be ambitious, develop a lot of self-respect so you don't tolerate any BS from anybody. But sometimes you got to go through stories and show real-life examples of people behaving a certain way and the negative impact of that behavior, what can happen. And that's why I do this, to really help some of you guys out to connect the dots so this doesn't happen to you. And as I go through this story, guys, this article, I want you to keep in the back of your mind certain questions. And as I go through this, I want you to ask yourself, is this guy a guy who is high value, who has a lot of options with women, who has a lot of self-respect and commands respect? Or is this guy a low value man with no self-respect, who does not command respect, and is certainly not popular and have a lot of options with women? And I want you to ask yourself this question, is this guy's fiance, this girl, is she someone that, does she really respect and love this guy? Or does she have no respect for him and absolutely is not in love with him and with him for the wrong reasons? I'm sure it's pretty obvious at this point, but still, I want you to keep that in your minds as I go through this particular article. And I'll get to the life lessons as I go through this article and at the end. So it starts off, a man has anonymously taken to Reddit for advice after revealing that despite spending tens of thousands of dollars on a lavish engagement ring, his partner was unimpressed by the gesture. You gotta be kidding me. Who the hell is this chick? Is she like a supermodel? Is she being wooed by guys in yachts? That is why she's turning down this $25,000 engagement ring? Now, this guy's out of his damn mind for doing this, but seriously. The explosive post explained that while his fiancée was initially pleased with his ring choice, the situation soured when she learned that the large sum had been spent on a lab-grown diamond. Am I the a-hole? This is the title of his Reddit post. Am I the a-hole for buying my fiancée a lab-grown diamond and refusing to exchange it for a normal stone? The man wrote. So in other words, this guy probably has principles, okay? He doesn't want to potentially get a conflict diamond. And you guys seen that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, you know what I'm talking about here. So he went for the lab-grown option, which you absolutely, to my knowledge, you cannot tell at all the difference between a lab-grown diamond and an actual one that obviously came out from the ground or a mine or something like that, okay? But a certain someone doesn't like it when she found out. But this guy, obviously, either he was a dumbass for telling her, or just simply didn't think it was a big deal, but wait till you see this. The man told his Reddit audience that the engagement took a turn for the worse when he confessed to spending more than $20,000 on the multi-carat ring after squirreling away to save for a decade. This guy spent all this time saving this money to get this girl. Guys, okay. So is this a guy who has a lot of options of women, or is this a guy who feels he has to buy the girl? He has to woo her with expensive things to get her. A guy with a lot of money, a lot of options can afford this, but the odds are he's not going to do it. Well, the odds are in today's world he's not going to get married to begin with, but let's just say he does. And he certainly is not going to second guess if she suddenly turns it down or for whatever reason. He says she was initially floored that I had spent so much, but later became suspicious that I managed to get such a large stone, 3.6 carats, for that price, and asked to see the diamond certificate I got with the ring. The man told readers that he was motivated to purchase the lab-grown stone over an authentic one because of its environmental benefits and his desire to know the exact origin of the stone to ensure it was not a conflict diamond. Okay, this guy's got principles, as I suspected when I first read this article, that he didn't want to get a conflict diamond. Okay, that's fine. And so he thought, hey, I'm going to go through the lab-grown thing. Well, a certain someone doesn't like that very much. He says, lab-grown diamonds are indistinguishable from natural ones, and my fiancé wouldn't have been able to tell the difference if he hadn't told her, he confessed. Well, why exactly did he tell her? And why did he tell her how much he spent? Unless he obviously felt that he had to do it, and when I say had to do it, like she was obviously pressuring him. But again, a man with self-respect and value is not going to let anybody pressure him to anything. It's the ring. I bought it for you. End of story. That's my business. That's it. Nope. But his pure intentions haven't stopped his future wife from recruiting friends and family to demand. Demand, guys. To demand he exchanges the ring for a real diamond, threatening to end the relationship if he ignores her pleas. So, let me ask you, if she is demanding of this guy and getting her friends and family on board, which, by the way, says what kind of type of people they are, does that sound like they respect him very much? Not a chance in hell. Does it sound like she really loves him? Not a chance in hell. This guy, no doubt, absolutely, I picked it up immediately. This guy is a guy who obviously has very limited options with the opposite sex. This guy obviously is considered to be a low-value man, low-status man. Not a lot of options with women, so he's putting up with this behavior. Doesn't respect himself very much, doesn't command respect. Because believe me, if he was a high-value guy and he respected himself, believe me, he would be commanding respect from her, and she wouldn't pull this shit, okay? She wouldn't have reacted this way, let alone got her family and friends to jump on board. But they don't respect him either. And they figure that with enough pressure, he'll cave, okay? And the odds are, being what I suspect he is, what he's like, he will. Unless, of course, through his post, because he said this guy posted on Reddit, a lot of guys talk some sense into him, which I hope. Or maybe he sees this video and gets some sense knocked in him. He's no doubt a good guy, but he's doing what a lot of guys do. They have to buy affection, essentially, okay? You make yourself into the best version of yourself and command a lot of respect, believe me, you're not going to do this. Okay? And believe me, if she truly loved and respected this guy, she wouldn't have cared, okay? She would have been happy that he proposed to her, because guess what? He was a great catch, right? But no, she's with this guy obviously because he's what is known as a beta male provider. She's with him to get what she can get out of him. Because at some point, guys, no matter how much carousel riding is going on, pretty much every woman at some point wants to get a ring on their finger. So they at least can say that, it's one thing to ride the carousel, because it's not hard to get a bunch of guys who want to hook up with you, but to get a guy to actually want to commit to you and marry you, and you can walk down the aisle and be the bride and all that shit, they want that, okay? It may take some women into their 40s and 50s, but eventually they're going to want that at least once. So this guy was a sure thing. But obviously she doesn't respect him, because if a woman doesn't respect you guys, she can't love you. I've said this before in many videos, and I have to hammer it into your skulls. That's why for you guys that watch this, that do relationships, and you are these classic nice guys that let your girl have you pee-whipped and boss you around, and you do everything she wants, and you put her on a pedestal, and you kiss her butt, and you put your needs last and her needs first and all that. You don't draw the line when she's being disrespectful. She's not going to love you because she doesn't respect you, but she'll stay with you because of what you can provide, one form or another, okay? It's sad that's how things are, but that's the reality. And for anybody that thinks I'm full of crap, just keep doing what you're doing. Be like these guys that are like that, these nice guys. And you obviously, through my stories and articles I do, see how it turns out for those guys. But for you guys that have done that and learned the hard way, you can't act that way. But she doesn't respect him. She doesn't love him. And her friends certainly don't respect him. So, goes on. The woman's reactions to her fiancé's thoughtful engagement gesture have divided the internet, with some readers branding her as problematic, you think, and others saying they could empathize with her stance on the predicament. Well, there's a surprise. Some shallow women out there. What's going to be enough for her? One reader queried. Another branded her actions as a massive red flag. Red flag. It is a huge red flag. It's a red flag the size of a freaking mall. Another one says, a woman says, as a woman, I can understand wanting a real diamond. That's just what we like, wrote another reader. The man will now have to consider how ardent his stance on the matter will be, with his future wife threatening to pull the plug on their engagement if he doesn't relent to her demands. Letter. Watch what happens. So, if this guy wrote to me, and you want to know my opinion on this, what I would tell him to do is this. What I would say is this. I'd say, dude, get rid of her. Okay? She doesn't love you. She doesn't respect you. Her friends don't respect you. Her family doesn't respect you. And I would tell him, if you went along with this, if you took that ring back and exchanged it for something else, she now knows any shred, I'm talking this much level of respect she has, which I don't think she has anyway, is gone forever. And she knows now she can completely walk all over you. And mark my words, if he would marry this girl after exchanging the ring, getting what she wants, she's going to treat him like crap. And she's going to milk him for everything it's worth. Meanwhile, I guarantee you, it's only a matter of time that she's hooking up with Chad and Tyrone while he's working hard to get her what she wants. Because she'll just demand more and more and more until he is no longer useful, and she'll divorce him and get her alimony and get her half, and this guy's left broken in pieces. And I guarantee you, at this point, she's probably already hooking up with other dudes. Okay? Given today's world and today's environment and all the countless stories I've gone over, guaranteed. If I had to put money on it, guaranteed. I'd recommend to this guy is to cut ties with her like that. However, you want to get that ring back so you can exchange it and get your money back. Don't leave it with her because she'll take it back and cash it in. So I would tell this guy, go to her, say whatever you got to do to get that ring in hand, take it back to the jeweler, get your refund, and then I would get one of those like 25-cent candy machine rings, and I'd mail it to her ass, basically with a note saying basically F off. Have a nice life. Because this guy would be miserable with her. Okay? But again, guys, no guy with self-respect would ever do this. No guy with self-respect would even question what to do here. And I would tell this guy, get some self-respect. Start doing things to improve yourself, make your life better, make you more valuable. Be the best version of yourself you can be, and start commanding respect from everybody, okay? Because believe me, she wouldn't be treating him like this, let alone her friends and family, if she respected him. Not a chance in hell. Okay? And I would just tell this guy, do everything you can to improve yourself, your life, that everything, have a lot of options, and your life will be completely different. But in this situation, guys, this is the type of crap what happens if you don't respect yourself, if you are a low-value guy. Now, some people may say, hey, I'm 5 feet, a guy may say, hey, SSM, I'm short, I'm 5 feet tall, I'm overweight, I'm balding, I don't have a whole lot of money, I don't have a high-paying job, what am I supposed to do? I gotta obviously do something to get a girl. Well, you can't do anything about your height. I hate to break it to you. You can't stretch yourself out. You can't do anything about your height. You pretty much can't do too much if you're bald. You can put some Rogaine on there, but that's only going to go so far. But you can lose weight and get your body in good shape and be healthy and fit and look good. You can dress better. You can do things to get a better job. You can find ways to cut things in your budget to save money, invest it, and grow wealth. And all these things to make yourself more appealing. You can develop people skills by going out and talking to people. And through all these actions, develop self-respect. And then believe me, even if you're short, even if you're bald, but you do other things to fix yourself, guess what? You can get women. Because some of the most alpha guys I've ever met are short guys, I might add, and balding. But these guys have a presence. They have a vibe. They respect themselves and don't take shit from anybody. You can do that too. So this whole kissing ass tactic that so many young guys do, so many guys do, it's because A, they don't know any better, and B, they're desperate. Don't be that guy. Desperation is not attractive, okay? No high-value guy would do this. I'm trying to get you guys to be that way. But this woman, she's a train wreck. This guy, again, if he got together with her, he took back the stupid ring and got her what she wanted, a seagull just landed on my car. This is staring right at me here. Get the fuck out of here. Anyhow, I'm near the ocean, so there's always seagulls flying around here. What the hell was I saying? Anyhow, if this guy went and got the ring she wanted and everything, his life would be miserable. Guaranteed. If it wasn't bad enough already, it'd be even worse. And her family probably would treat him like crap too, because they would have no respect for the guy, even if he was a nice, good guy, and I'm sure he is. So guys, don't be that way. Use this story, this article, as a lesson about what happens when you don't respect yourself and how other people won't respect you and try to take advantage of you. Plenty of people out there that'll do that. It's just ugly side of human nature. Anyhow, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this article. Let me know if you've ever been in a situation like this or knew somebody that was in a situation like this. Not necessarily with the ring, but when it comes to gifts and all that, I'd like to know about it. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.